And let's talk about the money. On the job description, they didn't put how much you're gonna get. And then when we started speaking, she said the pay for the role was going to be for 14,000 USD per year. Hi, I'm back again. Please like and subscribe. Today I want to speak about a company called CGA, which is short for Crimson Global Academy. It's an online school. They also have a physical school that is based in the New Zealand. So at the physical school, they have enrolled like 600 students. And online, they have like approximately 3,000 learners enrolled for this school. So it's like a big deal, okay? Learned about it when I was scrolling through the job boards, and I came across a position that just resonated with me so much. Like, you know, when you are desperate and you are really looking for a job, you get to a point where you don't care what you find. You know, if it's something that you feel like you can do, you just send over your application. But for this position, it's like I checked every box from that position description, right? And it just felt so aligned with my background and everything. You know, it just felt so good, you know. Well, if you don't know, I have a qualification. I am a professional teacher in South Africa. I have formal qualifications for that. And also, I've been teaching English online. You know that when I started this page, I was sharing my experiences with teaching English online, right? So they needed a student experience associate and operations person. So what essentially is happening is that you're going to be supporting students and parents when they ask you questions, and you're going to be doing the admin side of things, you know. And also I have a background in admin, so everything just clicked so much for me, and I was already seeing myself as part of the team. We all do that. After you send your application, you're already wondering what you're gonna do with your first salary. Isn't that right? It happens to all of us, okay? Okay, so I applied for this position somewhere in March, and I kind of forget about it. And after like 4 days, I get an email saying, hey, you have been shortlisted, and we want you to, like, you're moving forward. So in moving forward, we used a platform called Empafix, which is similar to WhatsApp because you could text and send voice notes. So the lady I was speaking to said on this platform, she said they want to hear how people speak. That is why they use this platform. She asked me a question, and she requested that I answer using the voice recording thing, which I answered. It was just a simple question. I answered it, and it was silent for 3 weeks. Like, if you know anything about me, you know I like speed. Let's move with speed, okay? So they were very slow for my liking because sometimes I would even forget that there's this application that is ongoing. But then after 3 weeks, I get an email from the same lady saying, hey, you've been shortlisted again, and we are moving you forward. You have to write a case study. We have this case study that you have to finish. Like, you have to write this case study and submit it back to us. I thought, oh, okay, great. Now I'm starting to feel like, okay, things are coming around for me and this position, okay? So the problem with this case study is that they said we have 72 hours to finish it. And when I'm trying to open the case study, it doesn't want to open. And if you know anything about Google Workspace, you know that you have to grant access to whoever has the link. So automatically, if you're working on a document, it's locked. You're the only one who can open it. And if you want somebody else to view it or to use it, you have to grant them access. But there was no access for this thing, okay? So there's a button that says grant access. So I've been pressing that button. I don't know what it's doing on the other side. I don't know if it's sending them an email or what, but I've just been pressing that button for so many times. I don't know. I even lost count of how many times I pressed that thing. And then I decided to send her an email. The lady who sent me this case study. I said, hey, I'm trying to do the case study, but I don't have access. Can you please grant me access? Silence for like 2 days. So naturally, I'm starting to mentally check out of this whole application because it's like, why? You know? So after 2 days, I get an email, which is like a response from something that I said. It's like when you press grant access, it sends her an email, because on the other line it says grant email, like the subject. And then this lady, it's a different lady now, she's telling me that you don't need to be granted access, you just need to make a copy of this document and write the case study. Like, ma'am, I can't make a copy because I can't get into the document to begin with, you know. So we had a little back and forth, and she ended up opening the document for everybody with the link to do it. And I did it. It was very simple. Took less than 30 minutes, and I submitted it both to her and the first lady that I was speaking to throughout the entire recruitment thing, right? So that took, after I sent my case study, they took approximately 2 weeks to get back to me with a response from that. So I get an email after like 2 weeks, and she said, hey, you're moving forward. We enjoyed your case study and we want to invite you for an interview. I thought, this job is mine. We are done. This job is mine. I don't know why I keep doing that to myself. I should stop doing that. So I get this email on Thursday, and it was the weekend of Good Friday. So it was busy, like the big weekend, right, in South Africa. And on Thursday, I decided to book the interview for Tuesday. Tuesday rolls around. We have an interview at 11 a.m. South African time. And I'm speaking to this lady. And it's the same lady that I was doing a back and forth with, trying to find access for this document, right? So I don't know if me being proactive and initiative like that really had anything to do with me moving forward, or if they actually liked my case study or what, I don't know. But I got moved forward and we have an interview now. So we speak to this lady. She's a nice lady. We speak, we have a great time speaking, no internet issues. Okay. So oh, and another thing, clock this thing there. She says at the beginning of the interview, we will let you know, we will let everybody know by Friday if you're going to be moving forward with another task, or if we are given the offer or something. But that just basically feedback will be given on Friday. Remember, this interview is taking place on Tuesday. So we speak and towards the end of the interview, do you know what she says? She says, you know what, let me send you a link so that you can have a second case study, which is more technical. And then I thought, did you just move me forward on the spot, lady? Do you like me that much? But then anyway, the second case study was like, they needed me to make a spreadsheet, something like that. And she said I should submit it by end of day on Thursday. Remember, feedback was going to be on Friday. I finished the thing. I sent her the thing on Monday. Why would I say Monday? On Thursday morning. Okay, on Thursday morning, I sent her the case study. And in the case study, there was a question that says, make a video of yourself explaining how you got the answer to question 2. So I use a platform called Loom. If you are looking for remote work, you have to be using Loom. What are you doing if you're not using Loom? Loom is a video making platform, and what I like about Loom is that when a person views your video, they send you an email saying somebody opened your link. So I've been waiting for her to open my link. Anyway, I submitted on Thursday morning, and no response. I'm like, okay, they said feedback on Friday. Friday rolls around, nothing, no response. Now it's Saturday, Sunday. Monday comes out, no response. Tuesday no response. I'm like, you know what? Like at the back of my head, I'm thinking I'm busy mentally checking out, but also I'm thinking they've been taking their sweet time with the other stages of this application, of this recruitment. So maybe they're just taking their time, you know. But at the back of my head, I'm like, she didn't view my case study at all, because it would have been showing on my Loom that this thing has been opened. It was not open. So on Wednesday, I decided to send her an email. Hi, I sent my case study Thursday. You said feedback on Friday. Like, what's the story with my application? What's the feedback? Nothing, no response on Wednesday. Thursday, Friday morning, I get an email. You know the email. Hi, but it was very personalized. She was like, I enjoyed speaking with you, but we decided to move forward with somebody else. Please check our careers page for more jobs. Ooh, in the gut. But it was not very painful because it wasn't very painful because I've been mentally checking out. But I was hurt, so hurt, that I didn't even reply to her email, because I don't know if you remember from the last video, I said when I get a rejection, I reply to the rejection and tell them that, hey, remember me for future roles. I didn't even say that because I thought for sure that the job was going to be mine. And let's talk about the money. On the job description, they didn't put how much you're going to get. And then when we started speaking, she said the pay for the role was going to be for 14,000 USD per year. And then when you divide that by the 12 months, it's like 19,000. That's without you dealing with your taxes, I guess. But I just thought 19 is not that bad, you guys. It's really not that bad for a remote job, and you're just sitting at home, you're not commuting. Come on. Oh, and she said they also offer you equipment if you want it. And I'm just thinking, I thought it was like the perfect thing for me. Okay, but it wasn't. They moved forward with another person, and now, because I have been envisioning myself at the school, well, at the company, working for them, I went back to the careers page to see other jobs. They have a lot of jobs listed. Last time I checked, they had 136 jobs. Some jobs are for teachers who want to teach online. I'm not looking to teach right now. I just want to do the admin side, the operation side of things. I could teach if I want, but I don't want to teach. And what else? Other jobs you just don't qualify for because of location. Sometimes they want people who are specifically in China or who are specifically in the New Zealand, because sometimes the jobs are hybrid. This job though was perfect because they needed somebody who was in the EMEA region, which is what, Europe, Middle East, and Africa. So it was for us. It was like for our time to shine. Okay, so I went crazy. If a job doesn't have a lot of restrictions like sales or marketing or whatever, I send through my applications for those jobs. So I just went on a crazy sending of applications to that place, and I was just spamming them at this point, but I got all rejections, unfortunately. So I think it's a great place to work for, and the money is really not that bad. And if you have time, go check out their go check out their website. Yeah, thank you so much. Like and subscribe.